everyone. Today we're going to be making strawberry shortcake. Yes, strawberry shortcake can be vegan and it's so good. So we're going to start with the biscuits first. That's the whole dessert anyway, pretty much, the strawberries. So we need 2 cups of flour. I'm using all-purpose flour. 2 cups of this. Make sure you get a lot of flour all over the place while you're making them. I'm a mess when I bake and cook. That's okay. Okay, 2 cups of that. Now we need a tablespoon of baking powder. Let these bad boys rise up nice and fluffy. And then a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Then we need about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. So not quite a teaspoon. There we go. Okay. Just mix this around a teeny bit. So we're going to be working with just a little bit of earth balance butter. It's this stuff. It's the best. So we need about 4 tablespoons of it. So I've got it and it's really cold. So I'm going to put it in here. Now I've got one of these fancy schmancy thingamabobs, pastry cutters. So we're going to use it until it's just kind of a pain in the neck and it's not working, and then I'm going to just go with my fingers. And you want it to kind of look like little granules. You don't want it too mushy at all. I'm going to get it to a good texture and then I'll zoom in so you guys can see. But I think I'm going to need to start using my hands. My hands are clean though. Alright, let's use our hands now. You don't want to overwork this, it's one thing, but it's got to be all mixed together. So kind of, you can feel the butter in there, so kind of get it all mixed together. Oh, this is fun. It's like being a little kid again and doing like Play-Doh stuff. We should all be like little kids sometimes and play with our food. So it's starting to come together nicely. So I'm going to start adding the almond milk. You can use whatever kind of milk you like. You can use soy milk, rice milk, almond milk, hemp milk, whatever you like. We're going to start off with about half a cup. I'm going to see if that's enough. And again, this is nice and cold. You may, I don't know, you may only need about a little over half a cup. And you might need a full cup. We're going to find out, won't we? It looks like we may need a little more. It's nice and sticky though. Looking good. Now I've got the oven preheated to 400 degrees. I want to say you could even do it up to about 425. My oven is temperamental, so I'm sticking with 400 because I don't want the bottoms to burn. Alright, so let's add a little bit more almond milk. I did about another 1/4 of a cup, just so we can get all this stuff at the bottom. Oh, okay, that's perfect. So let's say about, how much did I use? About 3/4 of a cup of almond milk. All right, get the gooey off your hands. Get off, it's sticky. Okay, so now we want to flour our work surface so that way it doesn't stick to everything. Just kind of work it a little bit. It's okay that you're getting some flour on there. So we're just kneading it like, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 times. All right. Now I'm not going to use a rolling pin. I'm just going to kind of flatten it with my hands. Just trying to get some of this goo off. Oh good, it's stuck in my rings. Oh, that's fun. Alrighty. Now it depends on the thickness about how many that you're going to get from them. I want it pretty thick. So I've got my baking sheet over there. So I don't have anything fancy. I'm going to use a glass because it's got the perfectly round shape that I want for the biscuits. You guys might have biscuit cutters. So see what it turns out to be. It's like, I don't know, a quarter of an inch thick, half an inch thick. Yeah, it's about a half an inch thick. And I forgot to do my close-up. Sorry guys. But you know, you get the feel of it when you're working with it. It's gotta be, can't be too moist. Oh my God, that's a word I just find really funny. And it also can't be too dry. You'll get the feeling for it. Now I can't waste any batter, so I'm gonna roll this out again a little bit. Again, I don't want to work it too much, but I'm not throwing it away. Yeah, it looks good. It's about a half an inch thick. We can get one more out of here. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my dog Charlotte, my Boston Terrier, is snoring. She's in the living room somewhere, and I can hear her snoring. All right. I'm gonna kind of put them together a little bit. There we go. Okay. We've made the biscuits. And look how easy that was. Now, okay, that was the dinger that was the buzzer that my oven is at the perfect temperature. It's at 400. So I'm going to put those in in a minute, but I'm going to cut up my strawberries because I want them to marinate in some sugar. Just a little bit of sugar, just to sweeten them up a little bit. We're not quite at strawberry season yet, but I still have some good ones here. I'm in California, so I'm kind of lucky. We can get some good fruit practically any time. So I'm going to cut up, how many you cut up, it's completely depends on how many servings you've got. I've got about 8 biscuits, 7 actually. It's such an odd number, but they're just for me and the family, and there's 3 of us, so it's a couple for each of us if we want to be pigs. And cut the strawberries just as much as you want, big as you want, small as you want, totally up to you. And I've got some sugar here, evaporated cane juice crystals. Okay, there we go. So just kind of sprinkling some sugar on top of it. That way when the biscuits are baking, just the sugar will seep in and make them nice and sweet. Okay. Now I want to take a little bit of the earth balance, and I'm going to put a little bit on the top of the biscuits to let that butter kind of run off on the top. Ooh, that's going to be good. Now what you want to do with these when they're done, you can either use like any kind of vanilla, like coconut milk ice cream, vanilla soy ice cream, something like that, or you can use the top layer. If you take a can of coconut milk, we're going to do this another time for another dessert, but if you take a can of coconut milk, full fat, put it in, like the whole can in the refrigerator overnight, So the next day you open the can, those should be about this much of the coconut fat on the top. You take that out, put a little bit of sugar with it, you whip that, and that's a really great vegan whipped cream. But I'm going to do ice cream today. So let's go put these in the oven, and we'll be back in a second to eat them. See how they're doing. Okay, so I realized that I had a big blonde moment when I was about to put the biscuits in the oven. I didn't tell you how long to cook them for, so I'm so sorry. And I didn't want to reshoot them again because the biscuits came out so great. So I cooked them at 400 degrees for 12 minutes. They came out perfect. Depends on your oven again. You can do 425 if your oven isn't too hot and crazy. See, the bottoms of mine are golden, they're perfect. So I'm going to cut them open. Oh my gosh, they look so good. So I'm going to put some of the strawberries on them. The strawberries have been in the juice. I see my cat coming because he smells food. Hopefully he won't jump up on the table, but if he does, you'll be able to meet Kitty. So here's some strawberries. Oh, they look so good. Put it in nice. You know, you could do like an open face sandwich, or you could do like pile it on top of each other. I think I'm going to do 2 of them because I feel like it's strawberry shortcake. I need to be eating 2 shortcakes, not just 1. Okay. Oh, that's so good. Okay, and so I also have some vanilla soy ice cream. I put it in a bowl because I kind of wanted it to soften a little bit. And it's going to melt on the biscuit. The biscuits are still warm. Okay, just a little bit is good. Let's go in for the taste. These are big. It's a big hunk of strawberry shortcake. Oh my God. To die for. This is the best dessert ever. You guys seriously should be making this all summer long for your friends and family. They will love you forever. Biscuits came out perfect. Look at these little bad boys. You can make them, serve them a couple hours later. If you want to eat them the next day, just put them in a bag or something, or some kind of Tupperware that closes up. So, I hope you enjoyed this. We had some great strawberry shortcake that's vegan. Can't believe it. And it took like a couple minutes to make. So thanks. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.